Nostalgia. Noun. Definition: a wistful or excessively sentimental yearning for a return to or of some past period or irrecoverable condition. Nostalgia is an interesting thing. It blinds people to the reality of the world by simply reminding people of a better time without truly needing to add anything. In all regards, it's a mental equivalent of alcohol. Well, you must be wondering, what's this has to do with the topic of the video, since you saw the thumbnail and title? Well, this week I decided to cover a childhood favorite of mine, being Saints Row the Third. And truth be told, that shit wasn't as good as I used to think. Originally released November 15th, 2011, it was developed by THQ and published by Volition. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I'm not talking about the original, I'm talking about the remastered version. Released May 22nd, 2020. It was done by Deep Silver. The game follows the Third Street Saints and their rise to power for like the third time, because it seems like they have to rise to power in every game, I'm guessing. But this time in a new city, with new gangs led by a shady organization called the Syndicate. Who are the Syndicate? What extremes are they willing to go to? When will the Saints be able to go back home? Where will the Saints go for help? Why does the Syndicate gunning to take on the Saints? And how did they get Sasha Grey voice acting in this game? Because her acting, it sucks dick. And I ain't talking just figuratively. Most questions will be answered in this story explained. Or what really happened, or whatever this damn series is called. Alright, that's enough backstory. Let's hop into the game. Run it!
I love to make an entrance. Rhythm.
The game opens with a Star Wars-esque text scroll. It does nothing but get people up to somewhat speed, introducing the Third Street Saints, and how they went from being a regular street gang to a multi-medium empire. Think YSL or Treyway, pre-trials, but on a much larger scale. The game then cuts to Pierce getting jumped by several people, but he is saved by a purple drink. It really came down and touched this nigga finger like the damn creation of Adam. Now that's the true meaning of just a tip. Pierce proceeds to beat up the group and shoots a random fireball, and then dunks for some reason. Why they made this nigga dunk for no fucking reason? Like, there wasn't even a ball laying around. They had to have like a PA throw that bitch on the court. And for what? An energy drink? That's aimed at an Asian market? I'm gonna be honest. Newsflash. Ain't no hieroglyphic real motherfucker buying that shit with niggas on it. Hell, just ask John Boyega.
Because when I started, it wasn't really a conversation you could bring up.
Look at this commercial right here. She's washing the nigga off him. What is happening? None of that matters, since it's a commercial being watched by Josh, an actor hanging with the Saints to study them for a movie coming up. So, of course, they let him tag along as they rob a bank. It's a semi-robbery. You got niggas taking photos, and if you're wondering how they got to this level of fame, don't worry. Because that's just bad for your health, not because I know what happened. I'm actually keeping it being. I don't have a single clue what happened in the first 2 games. I ain't played them bitches. I only played this and going for it. But back to robbery, everything was going well until it wasn't going well.
But you call yourself gangbangers? You're a bunch of pussies. We should be all up in their shit. Fuck!
Oh, that's different.
With this, the Saints are forced to fight their way to the vault with some minor hiccups, such as fighting off waves of workers, having a shootout with SWAT officers, shooting down a random helicopter, hanging off the vault while still shooting off of it. Hey, this was giving Uncharted a run for his money, I'm being honest. But all of it is in vain, since they get apprehended. After creating the boss, the Saints changed their names to YSL since they are behind bars. And while debating the ethics of gangs turned into megastars, they are briskly taken by a set of twins. Fast forward to them being on a plane. We need an excuse as to why we're in a new city for this game. This was good enough. The Saints encountered the Syndicate for the first time. They are a collective of 3 different gangs put together. Turns out the bank they were robbing was owned by the Syndicate, who were pushing their way into Stillwater, so they were going to come into contact with each other anyway. And they wanted the Saints to join them under basically a 360 deal. The Syndicate wanted 66% of all the revenue the Saints made. And they wasn't feeling that.
You may continue to operate the Saints Ultor Media Group as you see fit, in exchange for 66% of your monthly gross revenue.
That is before taxes, of course. Listen, you French fuck.
Please. I am Belgian.
So make yourself a fucking waffle.
Get him!
We done here.
With this, the Saints escape by jumping out of the plane. Listen, I understand wanting to work hard, but these niggas are trying to kill a person while falling. Like, give it a break. Give up at this point. Oh, and also, Johnny went to hell. Y'all probably don't know who Johnny is since you I never mentioned him. He's the right hand of the boss. He went to hell. Not like he died or anything. I mean, he actually got taken to hell. It comes up a couple of games later. Got out of hell. Yeah, this series started going off the wall after this game. But what can you do about it? Now, in a new city called Steelport, the syndicate seizes all the Saints' money, essentially sending them back to square one. So, the first thing that must be done is acquiring weapons, and not just regular weapons. I'm talking UAVs, of course. These niggas' first course of action after getting a gun isn't getting their money up. Instead, is committing and becoming domestic terrorists. Okie dokie. They collect all the weapons and a bomb and escape via helicopter thanks to Pierce. Oh yeah, Pierce wasn't he wasn't part of the robbery. With weapons acquired, the Saints take the next logical step, which is going shopping. Not like buying property, I'm talking buying clothes, fixing cars. These niggas really don't have that priority put together. Oh, also, they encountered their first brute. Not really the biggest thing that's going to happen, but it happens. With new clothes and weapons, the Saints set their eyes on a place to put it all in, which they so happen to find. It's just occupied already by the syndicate, so they decide to just take it over.
The freight elevator, give me the code.
Go to hell!
That really how you want to play it?
Fine, code's 3131. Just watch the jack.
I was going to make a joke about how they got Spider-Man and Sasuke in this game,
You know, I think
but
you've got more
turns
enemies in
out
there than I do.
this game has a star-studded list of voice actors. People such as Troy Baker, Laurie Bailey, Burt Reynolds, Hulk Hogan's who don't fuck with niggas, but you know who do? And who is also on this game? In this game? Sasha Grey. It also has Daniel Day-Kim, old ass Jack Harlow, Rob Van Dam, Yuri Lowenthal, I don't know how to say his last name. It's Spider-Man and Sasuke, him. It even has Will Young Lee, aka Wei Shin, aka one of the best protagonists in open world gaming. You must be wondering how I know that, because I did a video on it. It's right here, go ahead, check it out. The Saints take over the hideout, and the Syndicate starts to take them more seriously. They then decide to double down by just messing with the Syndicate, buying property, taking out the occupied gang members. The Morningstar, they're a gang, and things of that nature. But this isn't good enough. So, they go to kill the head of the Syndicate. After a mission that did nothing. Everyone knew what a head person was, they just needed to find Belgium. Even though they knew he was in the tower. I don't know. The Saints bring the bomb and activate it before eliminating the Belgium. So they were put on a timer of sorts. While fighting through the tower, the gang runs into the original brute.
Philip likes his things custom made. And for his brutes, I am the master pattern, you see.
Why are you still strung up if they already cloned your ass?
The copies are flawed. They have my brawn, but not my brain. I can help you.
The last time a big naked dude said he could help me, it did not end well.
What could he do anyway? Those wires and shit are probably keeping him alive.
Trust me, I'm still strong enough to kill Philippe.
With the help of Oleg, the Saints managed to stomp out the Belgium, now having a choice between still blowing up the tower or keeping it for themselves. Fast forwarding, the Saints try to hold his funeral for Johnny, but is interrupted by the attack dog of the Syndicate, Killbang.
Kill who?
He's the Syndicate's attack dog.
What he did to Johnny's funeral. That's over the fucking limit.
He doesn't care about rules of engagement.
No rules? I can work with that.
You're not ready to fight the Syndicate.
Watch us.
Just relax, Shandy. Alright, big man, what do you got?
There are others who hate the Syndicate as much as you do.
The Saints are forced to pick up new members to go against the rest of the Syndicate. They collect Kinsey to take on the Deckers, the Blue niggas, and their hacking leader Matt. They collect Zemo to take on the Morningstar, the red niggas who they've been fighting, and their new leaders, the Pimping Twins since the death of the Belgium. And the last person they pick up is Angel to take on the Luchadors, the green niggas, and their leader, Killbang, who used to be partner to Angel. After that, the Syndicate gets a new leader.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Philippe is dead, and we are at a crossroads. And the question is, who will lead the Syndicate to a new era?
Viola and Kiki were Mr. Loren's right hands.
I had someone else in mind.
Excuse me?
Now, with people that ride with the remaining members of the Syndicate, the Saints go on the offense. And by offense, I mean messing with each gang, from stealing information from the Deckers with Kenzie, stealing hordes from the Morningstar with Zemos, stealing from the government by doing insurance fraud with Angel. Yeah, Angel really doesn't do shit to help prepare for the Luchadors. Or Big Rey Mysterio. With all the work they're putting in, the Saints decide to throw a small party, which almost ends with Pierce getting his head blown off.
I hope you bulletproof, for this about to hurt.
Hey, where they put a gun from?
Oh shit! These hoes ain't hoes!
Big Rey Mysterio isn't impressed at all with the hookers, but all of that is put aside when someone used his govy, and he don't like that shit. He don't like that shit not one bit.
Hooker assassins?
They came highly recommended.
Ladies, it was a pretty shit plan.
Tell me something, Matt. Did you have a plan? How about you, Eddie? There's a reason Philippe left the thinking to us. We're done here.
That's fucked up! You only need one of them.
With the death for her twin, Viola switches sides and starts to help the Saints, first by telling them where some of the new prostitutes are coming in. After this, the boss agrees to meet with Viola, with Oleg, and everything was going well, until Stag shows up and messes everything up. Oh yes, Stag was sending that back during the bridge attack. It's an acronym which stands for Strike Team Against Gangs, I think. It sounds right. Stag forces the trio to run like a villain from Scooby-Doo, splitting Oleg up from the boss and Viola. With Stag in the city, the Saints decide to take the most apparent and appropriate countermeasure, killing Rey Mysterio. They saw him on TV, so since he wanted to be on TV, they decided to put him on the 5 o'clock news. They almost succeed, but Matt gets in the way, so knowing that Matt is protecting Rey, the Saints do the next logical step. They go after Stag. And by they, I mean my dumbass. I didn't finish off the Decker missions, so Stag, here we come. So the Saints spend their energy pestering Stag, like a kid who keeps calling their dad that left with some milk 5 years ago, to remind them it's their birthday. Doing things such as blowing up their vehicles, causing mayhem, stealing Josh back from Stag, defacing Stag's building, which results in Stag trying to get it back in blood, attacking the Saints building, and overall, just destroying it, after possibly making a deal with them.
I see congratulations are in order, Commander.
Not quite. The Saints are still at large.
I'm sending some intel over. I need leverage on the Saints. Bring in the target for questioning.
They're going to run to ground. Digging them out won't be easy.
If it were easy, I wouldn't waste your time.
Understood, sir. I'll find her.
I need that.
With Stag set on kidnapping Shandi, the Saints is forced to get her back by dealing with the Deckers and Matt. Again, did not play this in order. But, on a side note, this is one of the best missions of the entire game. Shani is then kidnapped, forcing this boss to become a trans white man, aka the leader of Stag.
Back, sir.
What's up?
I need you to sign off on some prototypes I've been working on.
Thanks for the offer, but I want to process these two ASAP.
I can take these two down to detention for you, sir.
Thanks.
What the fuck, man? Shut your bitch ass up.
Did you look at the commander?
For some reason, the leader of the Stag face is just fucked up in this remastered version. At first, I thought it was just a mod game, until I looked at other people's footage, and nope. They just messed his face up. And it's weird, since the actual in-game model of his face, it looks fine, so that's kind of weird. Anyways, the boss is able to rescue the trio. While escaping, they destroy the air carrier, which leads to martial law being implemented. So the Saints decide to attack a Stag airplane, which has another set piece that would rival the ridiculousness of Uncharted, resulting in a zombie outbreak being unleashed, and Burt Reynolds, aka the mayor, recruits the Saints to clean up the mess for some reason. I don't know. I don't know who came up with this mission idea or where it came from, but tell whoever made this, them niggas aren't allowed back in the kitchen because they ass cannot cook for shit. I understand that Red Dead Redemption was able to get away with it with the Undead Nightmare DLC, because that was fire. But this isn't the Undead Nightmare. Shit is just a nightmare. And I think the biggest problem about it is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't come up again at all. The only thing it does is add like a possible new teammate, and that's it. Alright, enough of the zombies. Time to end Ray. The Saints come up with a plan to do something greater than killing him, which is demasking him at a major wrestling event. Since he's a luchador, they take that shit seriously, so after killing off the other possible contenders, the Boss and Angel manage to get a duo tag team fight against Ray. The pair fights him and his goons and beats him. The Boss is given the choice to let him keep his mask or not. The pair treats Ray like a rapper in the 90s and snatches his shit off expeditiously.
Smile, Cobain. We're going nationwide.
It's shades of Angel de la Muerte as Killbane has been demasked.
Yes, we have seen the face of the walking apocalypse. And to be honest, it's a man with a receding hairline.
With the victory of the Boss and Angel, Ray can't take that L and starts an all-out attack across the whole city for some reason. So like the heroes they aren't, or the heroes they are, or they're gang members, nigga. The Saints go about bringing peace. Maybe they wanted the city for themselves, and they couldn't do that with a ruined city. It doesn't matter, because while they was doing that, Ray was planning his escape. But before the crew could do anything about that, the second in command of Stat calls the Boss and brags about the plan to blow up a monument with a repeated kidnapping of Shandy and Viola, kept next to the bombs. Overall, planning to frame the gang as a domestic terrorist group. I mean, granted, these niggas kinda are. But one of my biggest gripes is the fact that everything my character is saying right now isn't what the subtitles are saying. Like, let's take a look. Look right here. Let's listen. Listen and look.
Move until I get there. Shit.
Hello, Saint.
Piss off and arrest us another day, alright?
I don't want to arrest you. It won't solve anything. People need to wake up and see the threat that scum like you are to innocent people. Once you blow up the Magarak Island, the whole world will see your true colors.
Sorry, try again. The city's watching us clean up your mess in the streets here, not add to it.
We'll see how many people believe that when Shandy and Viola are found in the wreckage.
So, a choice must be made. Finish off right, or save the crew. Of course I had to save the crew. After stopping the bombs, the Saints are held as heroes.
Unless the next thing out of your hole is thank you, we got a serious fucking problem.
They have a point, Commander. Like it or not, the Saints are heroes.
Are you shitting me, lady?
You declared martial law and knocked down half the city. The Saints just saved a treasured monument. Who the fuck do you think the public will side with? Yes, I can answer any questions. Jimmy over there.
They can give you the key to the goddamn city, but as soon as you screw up, we'll be back. And next time, Stag is gonna put you down.
But shut your bitch ass up.
Fast forwarding, the Saints find Ray on the surface of Mars, who is planning on attacking Earth. The Boss can only watch as each member is killed in the pursuit of Ray. Finding him, the Boss manages to take revenge.
I came to Mars to make a living. Keep my head down. Stay out of trouble. But I found something. I found something that... Damn it. Line.
Cut!
Sorry,
Hey, you get it next time.
Everybody back to one. Settle, we're rolling.
Speed. All right, people, big smiles. It's a happy ending. And... action!
And with that, the game comes to an end. Alright, that's it. Saints Row 3. Overall, this game wasn't as good as I thought. Like if I had to give it a number, originally I was gonna give it like I usually put it like an 8, but this is cool, like 6.5, 6.8, pushing 7, you know. Like it's not bad. It's slightly above average. All that good jazz. So, like usual for open world games, I'm splitting this into 3 parts: story, gameplay, and world. Oh, this is the outro, so I'm done with the storyline. I'm just going to give my opinions of it. So, again, story, gameplay, and world. Story. It's just how I remember it. The shit is unnecessary. Like, I knew it was going to be weak when they killed the big baddie by the end of the first act. For the rest of the time, the villains all felt weak, and the only person that was even a threat was Stag. And that was simply because they managed to kidnap a member of the Saints. Like, think about it. All the gangs weren't really that big of a problem. The Luchadors, led by Ray, really doesn't do anything to warrant them as a threat besides blowing up a bridge interrupting a funeral. That's it. The Deckers, led by Matt, stopped the Saints from killing Gray. Oh, and something about a computer that wasn't too important, so I skipped that shit. And the Morning Star ran by the Belgium, and then the twins, then led by a single twin who then joins the crew. Nobody was really a threat. Each leader was alive at the end of the game. Matt doesn't get killed. Ray only got killed in the non-canon ending, or in the movie version. Viola was part of the crew at the end, and her sister was killed by Ray. The only person that was killed by the Saints was the Belgian because he was a true threat. Think about it. He managed to get the Saints from their home, Stillwater. He brought them to Steelport, stripped them of all their cash, and when they started to grow, the Saints started to grow, he threw enhanced super thugs at them, who was copies of Oleg, who he had locked up in being cloned. He was the best and kind of the only gang villain of this game. The second villain being Cypherus. That's the leader of the Stag. I haven't used his name not one time. I think I called him the trans white man. He was making moves that actually affected Saints, from attacking the Saints as a random introduction, to using an actor that was supposed to play the role of a Saints leader in a Saints movie as the face of Stag, so he'd get in their head, blowing up a Saints controlled house, kidnapping a founding member of the gang. All I'm saying was that he was putting numbers up. But not like the Belgian, he was calling his own man, Oleg. Speaking of Oleg, I liked him. He does a good job of bridging the Saints into the world of the Syndicate. That cannot be said for all the new members though. There's a total of 5 new members, including Oleg, being Oleg, Kinsey, Zemo, Angel, and Viola. Out of these 5, only 3 of them is actually needed, being Oleg, Kinsey, and Viola. Zemo and Angel really didn't do anything except for maybe 1 for each, and that's it. Like, they wasn't necessary. You could have had a story without them. Gameplay, it was alright. Shooting was a bit unsatisfying. No gun had that factor to them, and for me, that isn't covered by the list of wacky weapons. Like a purple dildo, it seems cool as a melee weapon, but it doesn't do anything special, and just treat it like a bat, so no points given. The side activities was lackluster. Nothing stood out or was unique besides the insurance fraud missions, and that's just basically ragdoll the video game. The open world was just like the side activities, bland. Each territory felt the same. Like, you could put me and you could drop the character in any part of the map and it'd be like, I don't know. The only maybe the Morning Star felt a little different because they had like the towers, but that was kind of it. Overall, the shit's still better than all GTAs put together. Yeah, nigga, I said it. Fuck GTA. Alright. Video over. If you like what you saw, hit that like and subscribe. Also comment what other games you would like, or what I should cover. With that being said, the guy needs me. Farewell. Yeah, it would have been farewell, but YouTube really ain't playing with this power song, and it's like my 3rd or 4th time trying to fix it, so we're just gonna sit here and talk over it. Which is weird since, I don't know, it's in the game, like it's in the end credits, but whatever. So we're just gonna talk about it. No, we're not. We're just gonna sit here and speak over this. You know, I personally like it. I didn't know this version existed. It was unique, different, because I'm used to like that minute and 49-second one on YouTube with like Kanye on it. Alright, it's over. Now, farewell.